Yo, what up, guys? It's your boy T Dub was blazing in sports. Yes, of course, I am back at it. Like a crack at it, giving you boxing geekers this work. Guys, listen, man, we lost a good one, guys. We lost a good one, man. We lost a good one. Chadwick, you know, prayers to his family. And, I'm going to say a little bit before I get started on my boxing. Guys, to me, this was a blow, man. Like, I don't really get hit by too many of these blows, but this was a blow. And to me, his strength, right? Knowing that he was battling with this colon cancer for 4 to 5 years and going through the procedures while he's preparing for these movies, going through these roles and rehearsing these fight scenes over and over and over, and battling this deadly disease. Guys, it just let me know how strong that this man really was. Shout out. In my opinion, I don't know who's gonna come after him, but I'm gonna always see his face as the Black Panther. Chadwick, prayers to your family. Thank you for giving us everything. All right, guys, now let's get to it. Let's get to it, guys. Welcome to the show. It's your boy T-Dub. What's blazing the sports? Yes, of course. I am back at it, like a crack at it, giving you boxing geekers this work. Sorry about the voice. Definitely took a heavy hit. Sound like I'm in a grinder, but let's fight through it, man. We're going to get to Tyson Fury wanting to fight Joshua, but let's take it one step at a time. Gary Russell Jr., Terrence Bud Crawford, my thoughts here live. What are your thoughts too? What are your thoughts? Well, here's my thing, man. Here's my thing. And this might not be the popular opinion. Here is my thing. Terrence Crawford, in my opinion, is in a position that can he really take the Gary Russell fight? If he beats Gary Russell Jr., does his stock move up, stay the same, or go down? I'm just asking. If he beats a smaller man, and here's the thing, and like I said, guys, opinions are recommended, opinions are accepted. If Terrence Crawford fight Gary Russell Jr., is it looked at as being the same when Errol Spence Jr. fought Mikey Garcia? Or not? See, you can look at it so many different ways. In my opinion, when Errol Spence Jr. fought Mikey Garcia, I'm like, listen, Errol's gonna win. You guys are smoking crack, good crack. That I don't even do drugs, but it's so good. I'm like, shit, no, might want to try a little bit. I thought Errol Spence Jr. was gonna beat up Mikey Garcia. Now, Mikey Garcia, in my opinion, was not a true 135 pounder. He was realistically 140 pounds. He had a title in 135 and a title in 140 and has yet to go back to 135. Gary Russell Jr. is not even a 135 pounder. Gary Russell Jr. is not even a 130 pounder. Gary Russell Jr. came up and fought Terrence Crawford. Now, if he beats Terrence Crawford, it does a lot for him, right? It does a lot for him. And part of me gets it, right? That Gary just not getting fights, man. Listen, do I believe some of this is for clout? Yes. But I also believe Gary Russell Jr. is serious. I think he's a fighter. I think he's willing to fight. I think he's fed up because he cannot get the Leo Santa Cruzes and all these guys in the ring. I think he's fed up. He's tired of it. And so I think he's resorted to, where do I go now? Where do I go from here? Well, I guess me and Terrence Crawford we do got history, right? We can build a fight off of their history, right? Years ago, I punched him in his mouth. See, I can say I cracked his jaw. I cracked his jaw, so we can build a fight around that. And if I poke at him, I keep poking at that bear is going to have to either go in that cave and hibernate or turn around and give me something. And I'm not lying. Gary Russell Jr. is poking at Terrence Crawford. Poking him like, what's up, Slim? Slim, you a straight up bitch out here, Slim. I wasn't even going to watch the video, but I watched the video, Slim. Because I cracked your jaw, Slim. You know, guys, oh, in the building, I see you now. In the building, the one, the only Theo. How you been, champ? I said, what's good? Been a minute. Yes. American Path to Travel, what's going on? Smash that like button. Absolutely, man. Listen, guys, my voice took a heavy hit. I was debating, like, man, should I go live? Let me try to rest it. Pushed it from 6 p.m. to 6:30. But I like, you know what? I got to do this video. I want to show my support and love for Chadwick. I really wanted to. This is a black man, in my opinion, that should be a role model. This is a man that battled cancer throughout making movies. Kept it, in my opinion, out of the public sight. Did not want sympathy. Did not want it to prevent him from getting roles. Because I don't know if they knew about him having, battling cancer before he got the Black Panther role. If they did, could that have done something with him actually getting that role? This man went through therapy treatments and God knows what while filming and rehearsing these fighting scenes in these movies over and over and over. Bro, and the only time that I hear about it is when I'm shocked in his passing. I'm telling my kid, I'm breaking the news to him like, son, he's 7 years old. Sit down, son, we got to talk. But let's get back to it. Smash a like. Smash a like. Gary Russell Jr. Gary Russell Jr., I don't believe he's joking about wanting to fight Crawford. I believe he really wants to do it. But I believe the reason he wants to do it is because he just can't get any other big fights. I think anybody that has a name is ducking him. They don't want to fight him. So he's resolved to fighting people that you probably never heard of. And the reason I think he's targeting Terrence Crawford is because they have somewhat of a history to sell. But would it be enough people that want to buy it? Tyson Fury runs the heavyweight division. Gary Russell's a once-a-year fighter. I think Gary Russell can fight, bro. I think Gary Russell has a lot of skills, has a lot of speed, a lot of talent, and that is the exact reason I think that has pushed Gary Russell that he doesn't have any opponents. That's what pushed him to having any that had a Leo Santa Cruz instead of fighting somebody his own size to fight Gervonta Tate Davis. And I think Tate Davis is gonna knock the stuffings out of him. But you know what? At the end of the day, when Leo Santa Cruz get beat by Tank Davis, he can say, you know what? He was too big for me. And he still can go down and get the Gary Russell fight. Think about this, man. Gary Russell Jr., I believe, took a picture with Leo Santa Cruz's dad. He's trying to get these guys to fight. And he can't. And if you look at talent, Terrence Crawford, and you look at Gary Russell Jr., both of these guys are talented. Both of these guys are extremely blessed in what they have. But if you put a small good man against a bigger good man, the bigger good man, that's a boxer. Two good boxers. The bigger boxer is probably going to win. Listen, Gary Russell Jr. can fight. Listen, he said, I'll take that 1.5 million. Because at this point, to be honest, you look at Terence Crawford, you're like, listen, where does Terence Crawford go, bro? Where does he go? There's rumors that Kell Brook might not take that fight. Errol Spence already fighting Danny Garcia. Mikey Garcia may or may not fight Manny Pacquiao. Who does he fight? Who does he fight? Tank is a killer, bro. Tank's a beast, bro. Why even give Gary Russell Jr. any time? He's a joke. I don't believe Gary's a joke. I think this is no disrespect for him. I think he's a desperate man. He's a desperate man using desperate measures to get a fight. He's a fighter, and he can't get people with names to fight him. That's it, bro. Listen, imagine, all right, T, imagine, bro. Imagine you're a fighter, right? You're a fighter. And all these guys in your division that has a name, they won't fight you. You're taking pictures with their pops. You're calling them out. They won't fight you. They fight everybody but you. And, bro, he's desperate. He probably went and talked to Al Heyman. He's trying to figure out something. Al Heyman said, listen, I only can get you these fights if these guys want to fight you. My hands are tied. Listen, I represent these guys too. I can bring the fight to them, but they have to accept it. So he's doing whatever he can do, bro. He's doing whatever he can do. But now let me talk about the fight. So Terence Crawford fight Gary Russell Jr. No. He doesn't benefit. He does. If Terence Crawford fights Gary Russell Jr. and beats him convincingly, he doesn't gain shit. He's a bigger man beat up on a smaller man. If he beats him and it's a close fight, Terence Crawford stock goes down. Listen to me. Listen to me. Give me your ears. Give me your... Testing, 1, 2. If Terence Crawford fights Gary Russell Jr. and wins, but it's a close fight, his stock goes down. If you look at that, if you weigh in the pros and the cons, that even in victory, your stock goes down. In loss, your stock goes down. And a lopsided win, you do nothing at best but stay the same. But take some criticism from some people who are going to say you should have never fought the smaller man in the beginning. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying. Don Dada in the building. Was blazing with you, homie? Yes, we back. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me if Terence Crawford beats Gary Russell Jr. in a lopsided ass whooping, does his stock goes up from being a smaller man? Does it? And listen, every smaller man is different. It depends on where you are ranked. Hold on. Thought I heard something. If Terence Crawford beats Gary Russell Jr., it does nothing. It doesn't. It's crazy. A victory over Gary Russell Jr. could knock him from being number one. And for all you guys that have Terence Crawford number one, pound for pound, all of you, if he struggles to beat Gary Russell Jr., does he maintain a number one spot? If in victory he struggles like a fat guy putting on size medium pants, he struggled, He had to jump up and down just to get them jeans on. But he get them. He get them on. Does it benefit his career or hurt his career in victory? All right. Case closed. Closing arguments. Closing statements. Let's get it. Terence Crawford should not fight Gary Russell Jr. Gary Russell Jr. should take on guys that listen, check this out. Ramirez just won 140-pound fight against what's his name? Postol, right? Fight Ramirez. Fight Maurice Hooker. Fight Postol. Fight these guys at 140. Fight these guys. Fight Devin, not Devin Haney. What is that one guy that always try to fight Tate Davis but never? Tevin Foreman. Fight Tevin Foreman. Fight any of these guys. Call these guys out because, to be honest, they're closer in weight and size, and realistically, that probably can be made. I just think right now for Terence Crawford, he needs to completely ignore it and let it go away. He doesn't benefit. But with that being said, who the hell does he fight? We just saw Ramirez. Some people think Postol won. Listen, when I'm gonna have to be honest, I was at my boy Mike house watching it with my friend Jose. So I didn't watch every second of every round. So I could be wrong. But when I was watching the early rounds, glimpsing, I could be wrong. I thought Postol was putting some work in. I was like, hold on. Listen, even though Ramirez was trying to cut him down, I thought Postol was using that jab. I thought Ramirez was fighting the wrong fight. I thought he stayed on the outside too long. I thought he let Postol dictate the fight too long using that jab. Postol don't got the power, but he would just bop, bop, bop. Later in the fight, Ramirez started making up ground. Calls tonight? Yeah, you can call. Hold on, champ. Hold up. You want to call? Hold on, champ. I'll get you right. Hold on. I got you, champ. And as I talk about that, I'm going to go to Dillian Whyte. I'm going to talk about Dillian Whyte. Dillian Whyte is on the radar. He's on the radar. He's on the radar, guys. Dillian Whyte's on the radar. He's on the radar. I got to talk about it, guys. We got to talk about it. We got to talk about it. But you know what, man? Before I get to Dillian Whyte, I was talking to my boy Jose, right? I go to the gym, boxing gym. And I don't know how I got up, but it reminded me, and this is completely off topic. Stop the beat. This is completely off topic, right? And it's just a back in the day, a T-Dub story, right? And it lets me know who's a down A chick most of the time and who's not, right? So when I was younger, right, college days, I used to always want the pretty chicks, I'm going to be honest. I wanted the pretty chicks and occasionally the easy chicks. I'm being honest. If I have to be honest, I wanted the pretty chicks. And Friday, Saturday nights, I want the easy chicks. Okay, that's how it went. That's how it went. But I remember, right, when I was thinking about who are the chicks that really have your back. I mean, down for the brawl to have your back. And those are the not so attractive ones. I'm being honest. And I'm not just saying she's all right. I'm talking about like, no, she's not attractive at all, right? And this brings me back a story. And it was a white girl. And I'm not lying, man. And she looked like the old Treasure Troves. I don't know if you've seen the Treasure Troves and how they face looks. She looked like, honestly, the real life version. Like, she was the Pinocchio version of a Treasure Trove, and she actually came alive. But this how I knew that when you're talking about somebody who'll take a bullet for you, this girl would take a bullet for you. I remember there was like this whole gang fight. It was some St. Louis guys. I was in Iowa. Some St. Louis guys versus some Chicago guys. And a Chicago guy, or one of them, threw a bottle. This girl took a bottle to the face, split open her eyebrow. So most pretty girls, they would be like, "Oh my gosh, oh no, I gotta go to the hospital, help me!" Right? Listen, and I get that. I get that. Shit, but bro, I'm shit you not. She got hit with that bottle. Her head split, and her first words, and I'm not lying, I couldn't even react to what she said because I was caught up in what happened. This is a white girl that looked like a real life version of a treasure trove. Even her hair was wild too. And she took a bottle to the face. And her next lines was, "My nigga hit harder than that." I was like, damn. I couldn't even get mad that she said an N word. And I'm one of them guys that I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't play that. But she just took a bottle to the face. And she was like this here. And she like, cause I'm like, how do I say it? I'm here, right? I'm looking this way. I'm looking this way. So she's this way. And her guy is behind her. Listen, guys, we all need to get these ugly chicks, bro. Listen, you better get them. You better treat them like Pokemon. And you better get them all right now. She stepped in front of her man. Because that's why he didn't get hit with the bottle. This guy launched a bottle, a beer bottle. Boom! Hit her in the face, right? The whole crowd like, oh, they hit her in the face. Her very next line, she didn't look back at her man. She looked at that guy and said, "My nigga hit harder than that." Goddamn. I'm like, goddamn. Listen, bro. That's a down ass chick. That's a down ass chick. All right, we got a call coming in. Hold on. Well, I want to answer. Hold on. Answer. I see you calling, champ. Hold up. It was working. Yo, you live with your boy T Dub. Who's calling? Let's talk about it.
Don Dada, bro, what's happening?
Don Dollar, what's cracking? Homie, you know who it is, man. We getting it in. Bro, what's on your mind, man? Let's talk about it.
Hey, man, first of all, I'm loving that story, bro.
Hey, that's a real life story. I swear to God, bro. I swear.
Yeah, hey, but now you got to answer this question for me.
Yeah.
What did he do?
You know what?
Oh
At
man,
that
that's too
at
much
that
silence.
moment, because
That's too
listen,
much silence, bro.
well, it was a brawl. It was, I can't remember. He might
Right.
have been, I don't know if it's a Chicago guy or a St. Louis guy. I don't remember.
Yeah, but
Cause
that don't matter, man. I just want to know what did he do after she got hit, and But anyway, go ahead, bro.
I don't remember him fighting back. I don't remember him rushing, bro, because the fight
He probably
started.
didn't.
Bro, like the fight started inside. It was a college club. It was in Iowa, bro. I'm not gonna tell you how I
Right,
got there, but I'm in Iowa. So
right,
I and my boy like, hey, I was new up there. He said, man, let's go to this club. It's on Thursday night. It's for college. So I'm like, shit. I'm being honest, young black man up there. they,
right.
so and some kind of way it was people started screaming like F this and F that, and they started. It was a brawl. Like her man was actually in the middle of the brawl at first, and they were like actually separating and breaking up. And you know how guys they breaking up, but they looking like they still want to get back at each other.
Right.
She probably 4'11", bro, but she got that body built like a an old school deep freezer, and she looks like a straight up treasure trove. I ain't lying. She walked in front. Her hair was wild, bro. And all I saw, I didn't even see who threw it. I just saw a beer bottle, boom. And she looked right at the dude and told him, like, bro, she said, nigga, no. She said, my nigga hit harder than that. That let me know that her man be hitting her, bro.
Yeah, and it don't phase her. You know what I mean?
Like, shit.
But that's the thing I'm saying is when you was asking about who's Bud gonna fight, right?
Yeah.
Okay, now he done put the verbal bottles on him, right? I mean, name me a person that would be a worthy contender for Bud that he ain't really said, come on, let's fight at a time. Now everything has a season, right? So when Porter had a belt, he didn't say Bud, but now he wanted him or whatever. You know what I mean? So that's kind of like after the fight done broke up inside and the police is there and everybody's scrambling, and then you got everybody holding you back, and then you screaming, I want him, I want him. Now I ain't saying that about Gary now.
Right.
Because this came up out of the blue. I don't know what motivated him to try to get smoked with Bud or something like that, man. But the thing I wanted to say, man, is that you see Bud took it straight from well, that happened outside of the ring, and if I get a hold of you outside of the ring, I'm gonna do some stuff to your neck, bro. You know what I mean? And that's the thing is, especially in this time, I don't think that we need to be going at each other like that. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's one reason why I respect you so much is because, you know what I mean? Now, if somebody comes out and they say some idiotic racist type thing or whatever, you know what I mean? You're going to be one of the first ones that's going to step up and be like, you know what I mean? That's crazy. And so I respect that because, especially these days in these YouTube streets, we got so many people that, I want to be on the side of PBC. So, if Bud don't sign with PBC, then that means whatever. You know what I'm saying? And the only thing I say is that boxing was around before PBC. You know what I mean? And the question I like to ask the people all the time is, did they know Bud before he got with Bob Arum? And I've not found a person yet that said that they knew him before he got with Bob Arum, who is also criticizing him for not being with PBC. And see, the thing is, right, now Gary is a PBC fighter, but he can't get PBC fights.
Bro, listen, that's what I was saying earlier, man. My opinion with this Gary Russell, I think he's desperate, bro. I think he wants to fight.
Of course.
He wants to fight. He going to Al. He wants to fight. But Al can't do so much because Al is a manager. He don't have fighters signed with him, which means he can't just make Leo Santa Cruz fight him. He can't do it.
Right.
So,
right.
I mean, he can go to him and say, I'll pay you this much money, but the guy has to want to fight. So, I honestly think he's desperate, bro. So, he's like, damn, I got to fight somebody. Fuck it, I'm going to go out to Terrence. I think he will fight Terrence Crawford. I think he will.
Oh, he would.
But
yeah, he would.
But I think he's doing this just, I think he's desperate for a big fight. Can't fight nobody in the division. But to me, this is a lose fight for Terrence. I mean, you think Terrence should take this fight, or you think he should not take this fight?
Well, personally, to me, as much as we've been talking, bro, I would have no problem with him taking the fight. You know what I mean?
Especially, but what does he gain?
What he does, the only thing he gains is satisfaction of knowing that Gary said he wanted it, and that Bud gonna give him what he wants. But now, if we're talking about on a historical level, I don't really see any. You know what I mean? Like it wouldn't be something that I would call back next week saying, "Oh man, Bud knocked Gary out in the first round." I wouldn't do that. Just like when the Spence fans, I say, man, fighting little Mikey, you know what I mean? To me, hey, get the check. I'm not mad at that. You know what I mean? But
I think it was different, though. Mikey was definitely ranked higher, and he was actually close in weight. Realistically, Mikey was a 140-pound title champion, and he went up to 147. Right. What is Gary at, bro? Right. 26. But here's the point that I wanted to make when I'm talking about little Mikey, is if you remember, before that, Spence had went to the Porter and Garcia fight, and he went up in there. He said, "Oh, Bob won't give them to me. They only smoke and mirrors and politics and boxing and who has he fought?" And my whole thing is, you cannot like I can't say T-Dub ain't fought nobody. T-Dub ain't fought nobody, but then I'm gonna go fight Little Mike. You know what I mean? T-Dub gonna be sitting there like, bro, well, why you blowing me up? You know what I'm saying? So, now I do believe Hey, hey,
Gary Russell is relevant, because you got
eh,
a dude in the chat say he ain't relevant, and I don't believe
no,
that at all.
he
But go
is
ahead, bro.
relevant. Expert Genius is in the chat. And Expert Genius said that Stevenson is there. Gary just don't call him out. Why won't Gary call out uh who is it? Who is it? He said again?
Stevenson is a
Yeah,
good one,
yeah.
right? Because he don't want them problems, man. And here's the thing though, because and this is validates your point, I believe. Now, okay, I was thinking about Haney, because I was gonna say I think Haney's too big for Gary,
And he's
but
135.
right, and see, and that's the thing though. But Stevenson, hey, I tell you what, I think that would be a lit fight. I think that would put them both on the map. But the problem is that when Gary had his shot, the Lomachenko fight, he lost it. You know what I mean? So the thing is, and you know this, man, it's a long climb back up to the top.
What about
And the
Gamboa?
thing is,
What about
what about
why
Gamboa?
don't Gary Russell fight Gamboa at 135?
Yeah, but who? I mean, I don't know. Do you think the public would be interested in that? I mean,
Gamboa
unless
has a
he
little
goes full
name.
Terrence Crawford, go ahead.
I think Gamboa, one, it can get him comfortable at the 135 pound. If he beats Gamboa, especially in an equal or better fashion than Tank Davis, it shows that Gary Russell is a threat and could possibly get him bigger fights at 130, 135. I just think the
Right,
147 against Terrence Crawford. Listen, we talking about him just going to 135, being competitive with these guys right now. I mean, he lost to Lomachenko. We don't know how he do against Teofimo Lopez. I mean, a lot of these guys are too big. Now he gonna jump all the way up
right, right,
to
right, right, right.
Terrence Crawford.
And, right, and that's even like Ramirez fighting last night is too big, and Postal is too big as well.
And these are
See,
140s,
but
bro.
right, and so I understand that. So Gary is stuck, kind of, you know. But and here's the other thing I wanted to say.
Fight
Now he's
Gamboa.
like right, and I agree with that. But what I was gonna say is that it's a timing thing with Gary, though. I think is that him and Tank are from the same area, right?
Yeah.
So somebody got to be the most popular out of those two. And I know Gary put it down for the for the amateurs, but Janet Jackson said, man, what have you done for me lately?
Yeah.
So I mean, Tank is the new flavor, and unless he gets in fight with Tank, or Tank does something to make the fans pull back and needed somebody else to root for, I think he's just going to be in a hard time. But like you're saying, and expert is saying, he got to go after probably Stevenson. I mean, who was the guy who he went after his dad, Leo Santa Cruz, right?
Yeah, he put his arm around him. See, he's been
Right.
trying to make these fights that he really want in his division. He just can't.
Right. See, but now here's my point, though, right? Is that, and I don't mean to pick on PBC or nothing like that, but if he's been with PBC since day one, and he still can't get the fights that he needs, it's not even that he wants a good quality fight. You know what I mean? He needs one. And the thing is like I'm saying, when he lost, when he lost to Lomo, and then I think since then he basically been fighting once a year. You know what I mean? So that part is kind of on him, because the thing is once you do lose, you have to go back to the drawing board. You know what I mean? And that's why I like the Rocky movie so much, is because he would go back to the hardest training that he could get to put himself back at minus
Hey,
and try to build
how do you
back up.
think Gary Russell would do against Ryan Garcia?
I think he would smoke him.
Speed versus speed. Will Ryan take that fight?
Yeah, of course not. We know that. I mean, I don't think so. But I think, though, that he definitely has to, or should. I won't tell him he has to do anything. But I think that he should let the Bud energy go, and just say, chalk it up,
Yeah.
and even claim a victory. Say, hey, I told him I'll fight him for $1.5 million, and he said no, or he wouldn't. But nobody's really going to support that fight. But here's the thing I want to know from you, though: who can Bud get to be able to fight next?
I don't know, bro. Listen. I don't know, man. Depends on. I don't know.
See, the only thing I'm thinking of they either got to force
They gotta up their money,
Ramirez.
bro. They gotta up their money. Their money
Man,
gotta
we know
get.
Bob ain't gonna do that though.
Then
But here's the other thing I wanted to say, T Dub, is that we cannot start expecting our champions to start chasing challengers. Now, I mean, my thing is that in 2 years he was able to be undisputed at 140 pounds, undisputed in 2 years. In two plus years, at 47, he can't even get one champion in the ring.
well,
You know?
I just think honestly, who he was signed on at 140 had a good stock of fighters at 140. When he moved to 147, I just think he moved to a division where his promoting team did not have the fighters, and you really can't expect another promoting team or managed team to just give in to him either, because they have enough people on their own side to play their own games. Unless you come with something very advertising, they have enough people to play their own games. He's in a tough spot, bro. And honestly, I'm being honest. If you don't start fighting people that can be, I guess, respectable fighters, I'm not sure how long he can hold the number one spot. You know, like it's almost gonna be there to be taken if Earl Spence start knocking off Danny Garcia and knocking off somebody else, and
Man,
it's gonna be hard to keep that spot, man.
right. Hold on. Now I want to say this though, man, and no disrespect, man, but that card took something out of him, dude. I don't care what nobody say. You cannot do a card like that and think that you was not touched. So that's the thing.
So
I
you think?
where the Gary Russell
you
fought.
think Danny wins?
I didn't did I say that? I did not say that. But I think that his chances have improved. I do think that once you get some post put in your mouth, and then all of a sudden you got a guy that is putting everything into a left
I mean,
hook
but
to land
how
on your
does
jaw,
it?
you're going to be
How does
tested.
it affect you? Like, let me know this. It's been a lot of time, and I'm one person that I think this. Period. I think style make fights, and I think these two has a style to be a great fucking fight. Neither one of these guys are going to dance. Both of these guys are pretty good hitters. Danny Garcia got a pretty good punch. I think there's going to be a lot of bombs thrown in this fight. It's not going to be
without
high
a doubt.
tempo like the Sean Porter, but it's going to be like it's going to be a lot of. That's all Danny throw. He throws jabs, counter shots, and big shots. You know, I think it's going to be big punches, but how does the accident? How does it really change him mentally, physically? What like how do you say it really affects him in this much time still?
Right, and see, and that's the thing is I think that it's going to affect him in all of those. Now the thing is what degree.
But it's not like he's
Is it-
driving again. It's not like his profession is being a NASCAR driver and he has to get back in the car again. He's not. He's getting back into a boxing ring, and it's been a lot of time.
Right.
So it's not
Okay,
like you
but-
don't have
but-
deja vu. Like, oh man, last time I was in the car, like Ricky Bobby. You know what I'm saying? Like, he had an accident.
Right.
And, you know, like this is different. It's a different lane.
Right. See, but that's my point. Now, now you done had like surgery or something before, right?
Yeah. Well, I have vocal cord surgery,
Okay,
but it ain't stopped me from doing videos.
Hey man, hey, God bless you, bro. Keep
Yeah.
doing that. But that's what I'm trying to say is that after that, you know that there's a difference, right?
Well,
now I might not be able to know if there's a difference or not, but I think that you know.
I think
the
time
difference
heals.
in you.
Here, like
Right,
even
well,
without surgery, I had some major issues. I had a torn rotator cuff that I healed without actually getting surgery. I tore a Achilles in my left leg, and while I'm injured, I'm just injured. But to be honest, like when you first come back after the injury, I'm like not waiting a long time. I'm the first time you clear to get back in the gym, you're a little bit tentative. But then honestly, after like a
Right.
month or so, like avoid it, then you're good. But remember, he's been back since what? Summer? Early summer?
Well, yeah, I know that.
So that means
accident
he'd have been
happened in
sparred.
October.
Right. Right. So he's already been back. The tentative part has been out there. He's been sparring. He's been training. To be honest, if I was in this position like right now, like I don't think about my rotator cuff. When I spar, I go in there and do work. Like I was in there today doing work with somebody. You know, I don't think about those injuries.
Get
you
him,
know?
T-Dub.
Hey, you know, I'm just trying to do me. Hey, but let's jump to. I want to get to my boy Dylan White, man. Dylan
Yes,
White,
sir.
Povetkin. Let's talk about that, man. Your thoughts before the
Okay.
fights, your thoughts after the fight. Let's get it.
Well, I think that first of all, that he wasn't focused on his fight, right? I think that he, is so much in the Deontay Wilder Fury mess. He was telling them that he was going to be the Mando, and I just think that he took his eye off the ball because he was winning the early rounds, and then and that's the thing. What did Deontay Wilder tell him? He said he only had to be perfect for 2 seconds, and I think Povetkin had his perfect 2 seconds, and now Dylan White is back to the drawing board. But now, how old is he? He's like 30 something, right?
Let's look it up, man. Let's look it up.
See, and that's what I'm saying is that I don't know if he has enough time.
32.
To 32, right? See, that's what I'm saying. Now that's kind of hard to come back from a knockout like that
Look,
to me.
man,
But
look.
I'm not saying it's impossible because Pacquiao did it.
Listen, even though he was fighting Povetkin, I thought that, he was definitely winning the fight before he got knocked out. To me, his style to fight a Joshua or a Wilder or even a Fury, even if he would have beat Povetkin, his style to me is just, even when he was losing to Chisora until he had the left hook and knocked him out in the second
Right.
fight. But I thought even with the Chisora fight, in the second fight, the referee just kept fucking with Chisora, right? In my opinion, he just
Right.
kept messing with him, kept warning him. Maybe even took a punch away from him that I think it mentally got in Chisora's head, and Chisora started taking these extra chances after losing punches, and he ran into a left hook. But I thought Chisora was doing a great job.
Right. Now was that the fight where he either had something wrong with his gloves or he had failed the drug test and they didn't tell the opponent?
That's the Oscar Rivas. And like even then,
Okay.
even before Povetkin knocked him out, Oscar Rivas dropped him. Derek Chisora dropped him before. Joseph Parker dropped him. Anthony Joshua dropped him. He's been
Well, he
dropped
got a
before,
list.
bro. Yeah, like
Right.
hit that chin, bro. And if he been dropping that many people, you're gonna imagine. That's why I'm gonna be honest, man. When Povetkin beat Dylan White, it was like sweet and bitter at the same time, Don Dada. The reason it was sweet and bitter because I thought the bitter. Part of me wanted Dylan White to win because it's like a perfect scenario. Perfect if Deontay Wilder beats Fury in the third fight. And I wanted Dylan White to fight Deontay Wilder, and I wanted Wilder to have that head mounted on his wall. I wanted Wilder to do him like he did Dominic Brazil, because to be honest, it was going to happen. The only thing now, though, if he fights Wilder, everybody's going to predict Wilder to knock his head off. Everyone is going to.
Hold on. Now, so what do you think before this Povetkin fight? What do you think the fans would have been 60-40 for Wilder, and now it's going to be 90-10, or well, what's the difference? Do you think that people that thought he had a chance?
I think if you're looking at the UK fans probably would have had it 60-40 for Wilder. US fans probably would have had it 75-25% for Wilder. After this knockout, 99% for Wilder, 1% for Dylan White.
Right, but hold on. But now I just want to say this while I'm getting ready to close. I believe that Dylan White and Wilder are still going to fight. I think that fight has been built up
When? How?
for
How?
so long.
How?
They
Dylan White
have
has
to
to be.
fight.
But think about this. Dylan White has been number one for 1,000 days. He's been mandatory for a
Here
few
we go
months.
with the 1,000 days.
Right. Man, he's been number one for 1,000 days. They had a celebration for him being number one for 1,000
Oh, my
days.
God.
The thing about, bro, all he had to do was win. The WBC had finally made it for him. They said, listen, we are making the winner between Fury versus Wilder. They have to face you in 2021. That's no ifs, ands, and buts. There's no fight, no Joshua next. The winner has to fight you next. Everything was set up. All he had to do was not lose. And now that he lost, it doesn't even matter if he beats Povetkin again. Because you know why? At that point, it starts with day one. It's mandatory.
Right.
The 1,000 days, that shit is flush, bro. That shit went spiraling down in the sewer somewhere. It's gone, bro.
He say he gonna have 1,000 days after he win, if he wins.
Bro, he might
get
have to
back
wait
that
another
spot.
1,000 days. I don't know, bro.
Right, and then by then he's gonna be 37.
and probably with 2 or 3 more losses, because if I look at Dylan White, you know, and I actually hope that he bounces back, because the heavyweight division is too slim to just get rid of fighters altogether. But does he beat Wilder? No. Does he beat Joshua? No. Does he beat Fury? No. Only thing we do
Right,
know, we know why he didn't fight Ortiz. We know why that.
Right.
He said Ortiz was an old man, but he got beat by a 40-year-old Povetkin.
See, and that's the point I wanted to say, man. I apologize, but first of all, is that I think when he had questions in his own self, I don't know about beforehand, but I think that's when that B sample stuff came up, right? Because he know that he's not hurting these guys like he wants to. And then the second thing I wanted to say is, just like with Bud, right? It's easy to say, oh, he's this and he's that and that, if you're not fighting him, you know. And that's why, like when it comes to a guy like a Mikey Garcia, right? And they asked him about Bud, and he said, oh, Bud ain't this and that. Bro, if you got a chance to fight the guy, I don't think, and you know you're not going to take the fight, I don't see how you can, force your mouth to be able to criticize the guy. You know what I mean? And that's all of the guys on PBC, whether it's Keith Thurman, now Sean Porter is chill, you know. But and here's the thing though, because I'll give you the 3 opponents I think I would like to see Bud fight. And you give me what's Patrick Cicera, the 54 champ, either or Boots Ennis or Victor Ortiz. I'm saying, give me one of those 3, and you know what I mean. I think the Bud train just continues, just like T-Dub was blazing in sports.
You got it,
bro. I want to thank you, man, for getting back on the air, dude. Hey, I've been missing you, man. You know what I mean? I've been looking like, where is Dub at? Man, I know he got things going down there in St. Louis, but man, don't make me have to pull up at the job and be like, Dub,
listen, man,
can we get a live, bro?
Bro, they been working your boy, man. You know, I work from.
Hey, man, do your thing, bro.
I thought it was gonna be easier by me working from home, bro. They gave me so much work, and they took away my lunch breaks, which when I was doing a lot of my videos, and then I haven't told people, but I actually fractured 2 bones in my ankle. I'm probably maybe a couple weeks from being actually healed.
Jeez.
But bro, listen.
You was sparring anyway?
Well,
and
yeah.
you was sparring today with a fractured ankle, man.
Well, they
bro, you tough, bro.
The doctor told me, he said give it another week, I guess to this upcoming Friday, to start jogging on again. But I was in the gym today, man. A young dude called me out, bro. You know, like I was like, see, typically I move on my feet a lot, but I say, you know what? I'm not gonna be the moving T-Dub and use my speed and power. I just cut the ring off, bro. Like it's because it's my lead foot, it's my left ankle. So I just basically was just cutting forward, stepping the ring off, and then I get to him. I just sauced him up. We were supposed to go 5 rounds. We went 3 rounds. After 3 rounds, he was done, bro.
T-Dub, because you was sitting down on them punches, bro.
Hey, because I couldn't move. So I said, you know what, man? I'm gonna use his jab, use that head movement, get inside there, and then hit him with them combinations, left side, right side. You know, but we wasn't going 100. But to be honest, man, like I got more experience, more skills.
Right, and it's just fun.
Yeah.
Hey, I want to ask you one question though, man. This what's my man? I don't want to mispronounce it. Mandasolo. He said Fury is a level above the rest. Does he mean that he's above Wilder and Joshua?
I think
or
so.
Is he just above?
I think he means he's above like the head guys. Whoever the head guy is, he said Fury is.
Right. That he would be number 1 right now.
Right.
Oh, okay, and I agree with that, but I don't know about no level above. You know what I mean? I even, man, with the controversy and all that. But see, and that's the thing, man. We got to have that controversy taken care of. But now, what about Brazil? If Brazil and Dylan White fought, who would you favor?
They were supposed to fight. I honestly think that's a good fight. You know what? Listen, Dominique Brazil might get him, bro. Dominique Brazil, he's slow as molasses, bro. I think Dominique Brazil and Joey Joyce would be now they might put us to sleep because they both slow as shit. But Dominique Brazil He might get him, bro. I don't know. It'll be a good fight. It'll be a good fight. I don't have a winner right now. If I had to tip my hat, I don't know. Maybe Brazil, man. I don't know. I don't know, man.
Okay, now one last thing, bro. I apologize. I
ahead.
just thought about this because Daniel Dubois just fought yesterday.
Yeah.
And I know last time I talked to you, I thought him and Joy Joyce was going to fight, and then Joyce fought somebody else. Well, how do you see that fight shaping up? Like you did before, or
Daniel Dubois beats Joe Joyce. I mean, Joe Joyce got a lot of power,
Right.
But he's slow. Boy, he's slower than Dominic Brazil. I just think Daniel Dubois is more complete. He has, better speed, better combination, and good power as well. Joe Joyce has good power, but he's very hittable. I think Daniel Dubois ended up stopping him probably somewhere around the mid rounds.
Right, and see, the thing that I liked about Daniel that I saw in the fight was that at least he goes to the body. So many times you have fighters these days, man, that they forget to try to put that money in the early. Now, but who won that fight between Posto and Ramirez on the T-Dub card?
You know what? I was going to call that fight live, but my homeboy invited me out, and my voice was like it was shot last night, which is why I ended up going out with my homeboy. We went to my boy Mike's house and watched it. Now, I did not watch every second. From what I've seen, though, I thought Posto was controlling a lot of early rounds with his jab. I thought Ramirez wasn't fighting a great fight because he was staying at that distance way too much. I thought he did make up some ground as the fight went on. So it'd be hard for me to say round by round because I didn't watch it as intense as normal. But from what I heard, though, I heard it could have went either way, or even possibly a draw. How did you have it?
Oh man, I think really, I'm kind of like you. I did not watch. I just kind of seen the highlights and I was watching it. But Postal looked good to me. You know what I mean? I mean, he like when he fought Bud, he only knew how to come forward. Last night it looked like he was able to put that jab out there, and he made it where it was close. And that's the thing is when Bud had fought Postal,
now here we go.
Wasn't close.
Now here since we're talking about that, they are talking about Ramirez might be a potential opponent for Terrence Crawford. My boy X Virginia said Ramirez won. Do you see Ramirez being competition, or possibly can he beat Terrence Crawford?
No.
Okay.
I do not. I think Taylor has a better shot. Now, does Taylor have a better shot than Boots Ennis, Virgil Ortiz, or Patrick Teixeira? I probably don't think so.
Bro, Virgil Ortiz is a beast, man. I like Virgil a lot, bro. Good power, good boxing skills. I think right now this guy is definitely going to be some problems in the welterweight division.
Is he ready for Bud today?
He's ready for competition for sure. I think I'm not sure he
30, 60, 40, what?
I can't get it yet. But is he?
T-Dub, because if you give him anything over 25%, I'm gonna have to get at you.
Here's my thing: if he fights Bud right now, I think bro, you talking about? But Mean Machine had 4 or 5 good rounds against Terrence Crawford. I'm a Crawford fan.
No, come on now.
Mean Machine.
I say 2.5.
I
say 2.5.
The first maybe 4 to 5 rounds, there was
5 rounds. Come on,
bro.
Come on, bro.
I am a Terrence Crawford fan. I am somebody who has said if Terrence Crawford fought Errol Spence Jr., I said I give a % slight in favor of Terrence Crawford beating Errol Spence Jr. But when I watched Terrence Crawford versus Mean Machine, before Terrence Crawford pulled away with it, because he did pull away with it, the first ongoing in that fight, bro, that he wasn't pulling away with it, bro. Mean Machine arguably dropped him.
He did drop him. But the point is that Bud wanted to fight Mean Machine fight. You know what I mean? He could have boxed him like he did Post style. He said, okay, Mean Machine, you give me your best, I'm going to give you my best, and we going to see what happens. Now, the expert genius in here, he did say that Ramirez looked bad he won, but he looked bad. So that let me know that Bud would stop him too.
What it shows me is Ramirez can't change gears like he should at the high level. Terrence Crawford switches gears on a fucking dime, switching styles on a dime. Angles, check hooks, right hooks, southpaw, orthodox. He would be too much for Ramirez. Ramirez, honestly, he did to me the same thing until it started working. The pressure wasn't as effective in the beginning of the fight because Postol still had legs. As Postol started wearing down, Ramirez was able to get to him a little bit more, which made the fight more better, more competitive, which took it to Ramirez getting the win. I think Terrence Crawford beat him. But before I let you go, what do you think about all this Tyson Fury? He's like, if Wilder don't want to fight, he wants Joshua in December 2019. Is he just talking? Is he just trying to get under the bronze bomber's skin? Is he for real? Is he trying to say that Wilder is scared? What are your thoughts on that?
I think that like what you're saying, I think that I'm not going to say that Fury is scared. I have too much respect for the sweet science to go there, but I do
Fury,
think
but
that people
Fury saying
around
Wilder's scared. I don't think Fury is scared.
I understand. No. I don't think either one of them is scared, and I think that's the whole point that everybody knows, including Eddie Hearn, is that they know that Wilder is going to go in there, and like he did the last fight, he is going to be willing to tell anybody and everybody, step out the way. This is just me and him. If I go out on my shield, I'm on my shield, and it's going to be understood that by no means necessary, no towels coming in. You know what I mean? So they know that Wilder is going to put everything he has in this fight because this is his legacy. Everything that he done up to this point.
I have a question. How come Wilder hasn't said anything in your opinion? He hasn't said anything.
Because he's focused, bro.
Hey, you know what? Hey, that's what I was going to say. Go ahead, champ. No, go ahead, Cook. Go ahead, Cook, champ.
Yes, sir. I apologize. No, I just want to say, man, one thing I had learned, over the last couple years, I forget which fight it was, but I had noticed is the fighter that does all the extra at the press conference, they normally lose that fight. You know what I mean? Just like with Keith Thurman and Pacquiao. Keith Thurman telling, I'm going to crucify him. If I lose, I'm going to cut my hair. And he's saying all of this craziness. Right?
I think he's trying to sell the fight, bro. Keith Thurman, that's how Keith Thurman is, Adrian Broner, Floyd Mayweather. These guys sell fights. I think with Wilder.
Hold on. Wait. How many fights has Keith Thurman sold? He had one pay-per-view with Manny Pacquiao.
And it's sold.
Now he does talk good boxing. I'll give him that.
And it's sold. And anytime he fought on TV, it did numbers. Right, and it's sold. You can't say, listen, Terrence Crawford, my boy, but when Terrence Crawford did 2 pay-per-views, you can add them both together, and it still don't equal the one that he did with Manny Pacquiao.
Oh man, you hurt me now. Hold on, but now I want to say this now.
Let's cook. You want to cook? Let's cook.
So what you're saying? Wait, right. But now what you're saying is that if Bud and Mikey had fought, that he wouldn't have similar numbers to what EJ did?
No,
come on now. Are you telling me?
I don't think so. I think EJ.
Come on.
Let me cook. Now, hey,
cook, baby, cook.
Now you was cooking. We're gonna put I still smell it. It's on the back out simmering. But now I gotta put mine on the front eye, and I gotta cook a little bit. Now see,
I love it.
Hey, right on, baby. Hey, Terrence Crawford did 2 pay-per-views with 2 separate guys, and what they do somewhere around 150,000 for each one of them. And then when you look at and a lot of people said it's like Errol Spence Jr. fought Mikey Garcia. And yes, it did great numbers. But then he went on to fight Sean Porter, who a lot of people said, quote unquote, he don't sell. They said Sean Porter
but
don't.
Earl said that.
Right. But listen, up until that point, Sean Porter hasn't really did a lot of big things on big scales, not crazy numbers like that. He had it. Errol Spence Jr. fought Sean Porter. It was Sean Porter's first pay-per-view. Errol Spence Jr.'s second pay-per-view. And it's sold. So both times Errol Spence Jr. been in there with somebody matter of fact, it was Mikey Garcia's first pay-per-view Well, it was Mikey Garcia first pay-per-view. It was Sean Porter first pay-per-view, and they both sold. Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford did 2 pay-per-views, and they belly flopped off the high dive, hitting the water, champ. Wow.
Hey,
I don't
man,
know
I
if they
got
made
some
their
hot
money
grease
back.
over here, T-Dub.
Let's go. Then put
I
it
got
back,
some hot
put it
grease over
back on
here.
the front now. Let's smell it. Put it back on the front
Okay,
now.
I
Let's
want to
smell
say
it.
this. Is that look how many years Mikey Garcia had been built up to that pay-per-view. Look at the fan base, the countrymen
What
that
about
he
Sean
had
Porter?
behind him.
Hey, then why
Hey,
did he
hold
do it
on,
beforehand?
I'm going to say this with Sean Porter. Everybody knows Sean Porter might not be the biggest fight, right? And that's what we basically talking about. Bud is not the biggest fight, but that doesn't mean that he's not the best fight. And that's my point. Everybody knew, except for those drunk Earl Spence fans who kept saying that he was going to wash Porter and knock him out. They don't know nothing about boxing, in my opinion, because you have to have respect for Sean Porter. Because I don't care who sells the fight, because I'm not looking into the
What about
fans
Terrence
to see.
Crawford versus Amir Khan? Amir Khan.
Come on,
had,
bro.
All right, hear me out. Check this out. Amir Khan fought Canelo on pay-per-view, and I think he did somewhere around, I don't know. Matter of fact, let me see if I can look up the numbers. But either way, I think it did decent. Amir Khan has been building up for years. Amir Khan has a UK following for years. Amir Khan is even known by USA fighters and fans for years.
He's an international star.
Right.
There's no doubt about that.
But when he fought Terrence Crawford on pay-per-view, that shit did a belly flop in football, man. Feet, hit, boom, bro. Like, listen, I mean, it just didn't sit. And I hate to do this because I'm a Terrence Crawford fan. But I'm just, when you compare.
Yeah, but you're missing it, Dub. Hold on. But
you try to
what was
compare
the
Terrence
percentage?
Crawford and Errol Spence Jr. fan base. Errol Spence Jr. has a bigger fans base than Terrence Crawford, which is why Errol Spence Jr.
I don't care about that, though.
Then what,
I don't
what
care.
we talking about? What you
hold-
cooking then?
Well, look, hold on. Hey, man, because I want to say this first, bro. Out of all of the debates I done tried to have on somebody's show, you got the most punches in on me. But I'm still not looking like Amir Khan.
You my
over here,
boy,
right?
man.
When
You
he
my
fought
boy, man.
Bud, I know, and I love it, man. And I respect your knowledge and you teaching me something and helping me look at it from a different perspective.
And that's all we're trying to do, champ.
What I wanted to say
Yeah.
is that when Amir Khan fought Bud, who thought he had a chance? I don't even think Amir Khan thought he
Who
had a
thought
chance.
Mikey had a chance against Errol Spence Jr.? Somebody who they
All
said
of his
coming up.
fans. All of his fans.
No, bro. Honestly, that was just support for his fans. They didn't really. Most betting people didn't really believe that Mikey Garcia had a true chance of beating Errol Spence Jr., who didn't have no accident, who was hashtag truly Mr. Man Down, physically taller, bigger fighter. Most people thought that Mikey Garcia was going to get knocked out. If anything, Errol Spence Jr. took a hit because he did knock Mikey out. He
Of
took
course,
a
right.
So,
And who was
which
the
means
last guy
which means he
that-
was clearly favored.
Duh, but who was the last person Earl Spence actually knocked out?
Let's see.
Oh, Chumpo, I'll help you out, bro.
Hold on.
Now, you mean to tell me that that's going to be your last best knockout and it wasn't your last best fight? Now, what I wanted to say is that now, when you compare, I mean me, okay, I compare.
You talking about the fight before Mikey was the last person he knocked out? Oh, hold on.
Yeah.
But hold on, didn't he stop
Chumpo.
Lamont Peterson too? And then he stopped Carol Brook
But that
too.
was beforehand.
And then he stopped.
Who?
But remember, here, you my boy. Hold on. I know you're cooking, but I'm gonna push mine right back on the front line real quick. Now, all right. Before Mike, you said who was he knocked out? Well, let's just go in line. He knocked out Ocampo. I believe he stopped Lamont Peterson. Knocked out Kell Brook, knocked out Bundu, knocked out Chris Algieri. Bro, it's nothing but TKO. Listen, bro, what do you mean? Like Amir Khan had a better shot against Terrence Crawford than Mikey Garcia had a better shot against Errol Spence Jr.
Come on, I don't think so. But hold on, but now tell me this: which one of those guys that EJ stopped that would have made it to 12 to the 12th bell with Bud?
We can't do
No,
it unless they fought him. We can,
no.
listen,
Come on, why can't we?
listen.
You mean to tell me that, huh?
Listen.
Bundu?
We listen. We have to see it now.
Peterson?
Well, we're not talking
Ochoco?
about. We're not talking about who will win between Errol Spence Jr. and Terrence Crawford because I'm a Crawford fan, and I think honestly, I think it's really truly a 50-50 fight. A long time ago, when they first started talking about this, I tipped my hat in Terrence Crawford favor only by the slimmest of margins, the slimmer margins.
Right.
So I'm not one of them guys that's saying, "Oh man, Errol Spence Jr. just beat the shit out of Terrence Crawford. Terrence Crawford ain't shit." I'm not saying that because Terrence Crawford is my boy. I think he's the most skilled, put together fighter that's fighting right now, which is why he's number one. But he gotta start getting fighters that actually have a name to keep that spot.
Right. But now see, but here's the thing though, is that when we talking about Bud and Terrence, my whole thing has been this from day one. As much as I'm talking about the fans, have talked about Bud versus Spence, we should be on a trilogy right there, right? Now, I remember 2 years ago, I'm asking a guy, "Hey, man, can't we just get these guys $5 million a piece and let them fight?" No, man, the fight couldn't sell $10 million worth. So now it's up to, I don't know how much it's going to cost to get them guys in the ring, So, but try to, I mean, any of those people, like, okay, I say it like this.
How come they didn't pay Keith Thurman,
if
bro?
Mikey Garcia, what's that, bro?
How come Top Rank didn't give Keith Thurman the money to fight Terrence Crawford?
Come on, man. Bro, look, hold on. First of all, I'm never going to defend Bob Arum, okay? I don't do that. I'm not here for the suit, bro.
So then,
I'm
you
not
know
here
what?
for Al Heyman. I'm not here for Eddie.
So they're not protecting us. Me
Bob.
either.
But what you say?
Me either. Listen, I've been there from the beginning. Now, I'm not going to lie. If Top Rank put me on their payroll, PBC put me on my peyroll, then hey.
Right.
Hey. But right now, I don't have loyalty. Yeah, I don't have loyalty. I don't.
Right. Al, cut the check.
But think about this. Al Heyman has gave Sean Porter the green light to fight Terrence Crawford. Terrence Crawford said, no, the time is not right now. He gave Keith Thurman the green light to fight Terrence Crawford. They sent him an offer. They turned it down and said he want way too much money. And now reported that they offer Kell Brook only $1.5 million, and Kell Brook laughed at that shit. Bro, I don't think it's Terrence Crawford that's holding himself back. I think it's his promotional team just ain't willing to put the money behind him. And beating Keith Thurman and beating Sean Porter, that gets you into that PBC spotlight. That gets you across that yellow brick road to get to the other side. But I just think, bro, they've been too stingy with the money. And to me, it's saying they don't believe that their fighter can sell like that to make it back.
Man, hold on. And you know what they say to me? Is that why does Keith Thurman got to cross the street to go get $10 million? If he worth $10 million, why can't he get $10 million on his own side of the street?
I think he did get that, probably a little bit more versus Manny Pacquiao. But don't quote me.
Of course he did. Of course. Pacquiao is an international superstar.
Well, they negotiate. I mean, listen, if they sent over Tim, it's like a job, right? If you go to a job that's, let's say you want 50,000. And if you go in there and tell them 50,000, the first thing they're gonna do is like, well, we can give you 35. And now you done already gave your cap. And now they're gonna negotiate you lower. So if you want 50,000, you're gonna go in there and say, you know what, I think because of my record I deserve 70,000. Then they might even say, well, we can't pay you no more than 50. And then at that point, you're going back and forth. And even though you would have settled for 50, that's what you wanted, you actually got more than what you wanted by starting higher. So if Keith Thurman first offers $10 million, he gave you what he wanted. Now you come back, we can't give you no motherfucking $10 million. Look, how about this?
Right.
We give you $5 million and plus blah, blah, blah. And then he come back with something else. But it doesn't sound like they went there. It sounded like they said, $10 million hard. No, we're not going to do that. Kell Brook, let me under offer you, Kell Brook, 1.5. And Kell Brook laughed at that.
I mean, hold on. But now, when has Kell Brook got it better than that? Because I wanted to say this now, right? Is now I'm gonna cook this thing right here for 30 seconds right here. Now, when Danny Garcia got an offer from Bob to fight Terrence, right?
It was like $3 million or some shit, right? How much?
Hey, guess what though? You're right. Now, had he made $3 million before that? No.
I
No.
don't know
Go
the
ahead.
whole exact. But
No, he has not.
All right.
He ain't made $3 million before that.
Check
But
this,
hold
okay.
on.
Go ahead. Go.
I'm not a pocket watch. I don't want to. I don't want to
Me
pocket
either.
watch.
But we'll cook on it. I'm gonna give you 30 seconds to cook, and then
Yes, sir.
once you get done with your beef, I'll flame boil you that shit. But go ahead, champ. You cook, champ.
Hey man, okay, I'm gonna ask you this then. What is Danny gonna make against EJ? Right? Because to me, that's the bottom line. That's gonna show how much he should expect from Bob. Because if he goes and he fights EJ and he gets $5 million, then I say, hey, in a year or whatever, he can get $5 million from Bob for Bud, because that's a rivalry fight that has cooked like the Dylan White and Wilder, almost as good as that. T-Dub, I want to thank you, man. I want to thank my man, American Pastor Travel, expert genius.
No, you ain't finna, I told you I'm finna flame boil you. You ain't finna get off here.
He's trying to run while he still got some tail feathers left, bro. Go ahead, though.
Well, I'm not gonna go too much. You my boy, man. All right, so.
No, man, Kip, man.
So,
I love this.
You tell that Top Rank offered Danny Garcia $3 million, and that was it.
Well, he never made that before.
All right, but hold on, listen.
According to me.
They didn't want to pay. Matter of fact, I didn't. They only offered Danny $3 million, but then they go and pay fucking Miracon $5 million fucking dollars. They got
hold on. Now Ryan Garcia, right? He's a. I'm gonna call him.
Why didn't they
fighter,
give Danny?
Right?
Why didn't they give Danny Garcia $5 million?
Huh? Because he's not as big. He's not as big as American outside the ring.
Bro, what do you mean? Like Terrence Crawford versus American pay-per-view did like 100 and maybe 70,000. It didn't do nothing, bro. Now Danny Garcia.
I know that. It was trash.
Hey, how about this? I bet you a $20 cash out that Danny Garcia versus Errol Spence Jr. do more than 170,000 buys. I bet you that.
Man, come on, they already did that.
So did
no. Bet me a $20 whatever that about how much Danny Garcia is gonna make off of this fight.
Listen,
right? Because look,
I tell you this, I bet you it'd be more than that $3 million. And the thing about, we won't really know it all because he's going to remember he's going to get a flat plus back end pay-per-view. A flat plus. That's how Keith Thurman got all that money. That's how Adrian Broner got all that money. And listen, I know Devin Alexander. I know him personally, bro.
Right.
Devin Alexander.
Good fighter too.
And,
I have nothing bad to say about him.
He just signed because he took a bad loss to Red Cats, and he just signed a deal where he's going to come back. And I know who he's fighting, but he hasn't announced it yet. And he got like a three fight deal. But
breaking news.
It is, but he got a 3-fight deal. He's with PBC, Al Heyman. So here's the thing that Devin Alexander told me. He said, "Listen, man." He said that Al Heyman is really for the fighter. He said, "Bro, he don't take shit from you. Like, you really get your money. Like, that's why a lot of fighters, no matter what color, you can look at black fighters, you can look at Mexican like Andy Ruiz. The first thing they say is, I like to thank Al Heyman, because this guy actually." And remember, even Earl Spence Jr., when he told Terrence Crawford, he said, "Listen, I bet you my shit is better more than your shit." You don't really know exactly what they really make. For Danny Garcia to laugh at that $3 million, and then the Top Rank don't come back and offer him nothing else, then they offer him $5 million, but you pay American $5 million, and it doesn't sell, bro. They don't even recoup their money. What do you mean? They don't.
Right. So how many more losses is Bob supposed to take? I'm not taking up for Bob by no means.
Danny
but
is a bigger draw than American in the USA.
Worldwide.
The pay-per-view is in the USA.
Well, I don't know nothing about that. Because I was thinking that if they would have had to fight in Saudi or something like that, that they could have made more money and probably even sold it better. And now that is the problem when it comes to Top Rank. I
typed it in right now. It's being reported that Terrence Crawford versus Amir Khan brought in only 150,000 pay-per-views on ESPN last Saturday. They said only, bro. A lot of times these people don't even recoup their money unless they do between 200 and 250,000 buys. That means a lot of people didn't get paid, bro. Right. And that's Amir Khan.
Right. Right. So now here, so that's my point though. If you know that Bob Arum just lost his shirt in the last fight, and now you say, oh, if I try to get double what he paid him, then I know he ain't gonna make the fight. I mean, and that's the whole problem is that Bob believes the only fight that can make money with Bud is either Pacquiao or Spence.
But, I mean,
Everybody else is basically the same. It don't matter whether he fight Green Beans or now Sean Porter, Keith Thurman, Danny Garcia are a grade up, and I believe Ortiz and Ennis and Chatera is a grade up. But after that, it don't matter. You know what I mean? As far as the money go, they all gonna bring in the same thing. But
no, they're not, champ. They don't all bring in the same thing, bro. They don't. But you know what? That's their money.
Hey, I'm gonna ask you one more question, and then I'm gonna leave, bro.
Let's go.
All right, I'm gonna ask you one more question, then I'm gonna leave.
Okay, what you got? Shoot
okay, how much did Hearns and Leonard make? You was around then, right?
Probably.
See,
not,
you know
man.
why? Because you don't know, because they never was talking about it.
Well, when fighters didn't get paid
when Hagler and Sugar Ray fought, was they talking about money?
They probably got robbed back then. They probably back then.
Of course they did.
Right, the fighters had to work harder and got paid less. Now the fighters work less and get paid more. I mean, they got a lot of them. If you look at them today, they outside of Mike Tyson and these breakthroughs, a lot of these guys probably got robbed, bro. They got robbed. They got screwed. And they wish they can get today's fighters' paydays. They got fucked, bro. But
and I agree with you. But the thing is that I wanted to ask you now with the Mike Tyson, since you brought him up, and Roy Jones, do you think that that's going to be a true exhibition, or will they break out into a fight?
It'll break out to a fight, but
I don't think so. But I don't know.
Here's why I think so. This is me personally. I think Mike Tyson is not 100% up there, bro. I think Mike Tyson has a little bit of real craziness, for real craziness. In the moment that Roy Jones catch him with something, he's going to feel like he's 25 years old and going to try to roll some shit and going to catch Roy Jones with some heat that's going to be hotter than Grandma's Kitchen on Sundays, bro. I think he's going to really catch Roy with some real shit.
Grandma's Kitchen was cooking today, bro. Hey, I want to ask you this, though. Now, Mike Tyson probably not going to bite him, though, right?
Nah. They're going to have headgear on.
That's my only worry.
They're going to have headgear, bro.
Hey, well, he'll chew through that stuff like George Animal Steel, bro. Try to get there. Hey, man, but I want to thank you, bro. Hey, man, when is the next time you going to call a live fight? Have they brought one up that you going to do, or are you just waiting on EJ
I did
Wilder to fight?
I did Daniel Dubois. Just happened.
Okay. The one yesterday?
Yeah, I did Daniel Dubois. I did, before that, I did,
I'm going to go back and watch, bro.
Yeah, bro, because I just got in and I caught the main event. I did that. It only went one round. So, and then who was before that? I did Dylan White. Bro. I did Dylan White.
Man, I have to go watch that.
Yeah. I did Dylan White, bro. So I got back. And then before that, I think I did, the only one was when Devin Haney first came back. But yeah, man.
Hey, Doug, because one thing I want to say, man, that I love when you be calling fights, man, because I just be waiting for you to knock that microphone off that stand, boy, because you be throwing them hooks and them uppercuts.
Hey, see, I like to get that visual effect, man. Like when I'm calling a fight, I want to not just talk it, but I want to show people the stance they're in. They got a high guard, their hands low. So for people that probably don't have pay-per-view or not watching it with me, that they can get a visual of what the guys are actually doing. And like I said, man, I give my all. Sometimes I had 30 people in the chat on Fight Nights, and listen, when I call, and listen, I'm always be in how do you say it? Thankful and praise for Adrian Broner and Manny Pacquiao, because that fight, I had over 14,000 people watching me at one time, bro. It was that one fight took me from, I had like maybe 500 subscribers to like 3,000, bro. It was like whoom.
Adrian Broner and Pacquiao.
Yeah, that fight is what took me over that hump, man. And I'm always be grateful, man. Always thankful, no matter what, to them guys. Because if they didn't have that fight, and I didn't call that fight, I think right now it's probably close to 900,000. It hasn't reached 1 million views yet, but it's close to 900,000.
Hey, well, I'm gonna go check it out. I'm going to go check it out. Hey, man, but I want you to do me a favor, bro.
Yeah.
Next year, 21. I want to get. I want us to do something together, bro.
What are you thinking,
You know
man?
what I mean?
What are you thinking?
I'm thinking, man, just anything, man. Just kind of like what we doing now, but maybe a little bit more organized, and where I ain't gonna take all these jabs and punches from you, man, because my ribs kind of hurt over here, T-Dub.
Nah, man, you do good, man. We listen. We verbal
hey,
spar
man,
with friends, bro.
Yes, sir. Hey, man, but how the little man doing, man? He good? Is he adjusting to school and all that?
Bro, he's doing great. He started 2nd grade this year, man. Doing
I
good,
love it.
bro.
Hey, is he doing homeschooling or something like that? Or
Actually,
I mean, I ain't trying to
he's
get all
school,
in you,
bro.
huh?
He's actually in school.
Oh, my God,
They got the clear things in front of their dads. But
Okay.
with him, to be honest, man, he is one of those kids that if he's not there, his attention is gone, bro. He needs that one-on-one. To be honest, bro, he needs that one-on-one teacher in his face saying Adonis, bro. Like him 2nd grade, virtual, it wouldn't be good for him, bro.
T-Dub, I appreciate it,
Got
man.
it, champ.
Hey, last thing I'm gonna say, man. Rest in power to the Black Panther, Chadwick, man. You know that's
Yeah.
unfortunate, man. But the thing is for us to know that we have to, take care of our health, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because they already trying to get us, man. You know what I mean? And my man up in Wisconsin, bro, he was trying to break up a fight between two ladies, and they turn on to him, bro. I mean, in front of his kids, man. I'm just saying, man, stay blessed. Keep your head on the swivel. I ain't talking about just you, Dub. I'm talking about to the thousands and the millions that's going to watch this live.
Yes.
Y'all hurry up, hit that like button, subscribe.
Smash it.
Because this is what's blazing.
Hey, we back there like a
Appreciate it.
crack at it. Hey, you got it, Don Dollar. Thanks, brother.
And then some. Peace.
Yes. Hey, man, that's my boy Don Dollar. Listen, I like rocking out. And I want to let you guys know, man, before I get back to cooking, that anytime I do a video, I'm always thinking about how can I do better? Well, one, the mic, I got it off of this stand. It used to be right in my face. So Don Dada, he was talking about, I'm waiting for you to hit that mic. Because it used to be on this stand right here, right? And I'm swinging, right? So your boy T-Dub got rid of that. And I got the microphone right here. Another thing, I wanted to improve on call quality. I go back and listen to somebody call like, damn, man, I can't hear him that good. Well, T-Dub started working, and I hope you guys was able to hear Don Dada better, because I started streaming things better, bring the call in different, to hope get better quality calls. Guys, listen, I'm still live for a little bit longer. You want to call in and touch on this? You want to touch on Tyson Fury? Mono Solo says Tyson Fury is levels above everybody else. Because he is undefeated, you can't argue that he's on top. Is he levels clear? I don't know if he's levels clear. We have to watch the 3rd fight between him and Deontay Wilder. We got to see the matchup between him and Anthony Joshua. If he beats Wilder again and beat Joshua again, Tyson Fury is in a league of his own in the heavyweight division. But for me to say that, he got to beat those two guys. Right now, I don't think he's the Floyd Mayweather of the heavyweight division, but he is definitely one of the 3 kings in that spot. But guys, let's talk about it. Don Dada said, thanks so much, T-Dub. Listen, man, hey, bro, we rocking out, man. Shout out to my boy Expert Genius. Listen, Expert, bro, you always have something to say. I know you do. You want to call in, man? I got it set up. Go and get a call. Let's talk. Until then, I'm gonna cook on Dylan White. So I'm gonna go back to the good, the bad, the ugly for T-Dub, right? T-Dub called that fight live. T-Dub said beforehand, Expert Genius said this. He said that he believed he could smell an upset coming. He thought Povetkin was going to beat Dylan White, and sure enough, he damn sure did. I said this. I said Povetkin's a better boxer. I said he only got 2 losses to Klitschko and Joshua. I said I think Dillian Whyte has the power, but I think even with age, I thought Povetkin was the better boxer. I said I wouldn't be surprised if Povetkin beats the man, and I wasn't surprised. I saw that he was slower, but even with the knockdowns, which was flash knockdowns, because if you have not seen the fight, let me walk you through it. The 4th round, Dillian Whyte versus Povetkin. Povetkin and Dillian Whyte is in the middle of the ring, exchanging punches. Dillian Whyte gets off a clear right hand, left hook, drops Povetkin. Povetkin back on his feet in no time, like fuck, flash knockdown, whatever. 30 seconds left in that same round. Povetkin is stalking Dillian Whyte like an ex-girlfriend. He has Dillian Whyte along the ropes, back on the ropes. Dillian Whyte tried to throw a left uppercut. Not Dillian Whyte, Povetkin tried to throw a left uppercut. Dillian Whyte throws a better tight left uppercut, clips Povetkin on the chin, drops Povetkin for the 2nd time in the 4th round. At this point, I'm not going to lie. Me thinking Povetkin was going to pull it out, I'm like, you know what? He's not going to pull it out now. Dillian Whyte's going to get the win. It's a matter of time. Povetkin beats the count. Didn't seem hurt at all. 5th round begins. Both guys come out, kind of playing with the jab. Nothing serious, just that. Povetkin hit this man with an Hadouken. Povetkin, who I believe is the real life Ken from Street Fighter. He just aged a little bit. Hit this man with one of these Hadoukens, whatever it's called, uppercuts. He threw a jab to get near Dillian Whyte. Slipped to hide what was coming. Then hit that man with an uppercut that he brought from Texas all the way to he kissed Wisconsin. And he hit Dillian Whyte with that uppercut. Dillian Whyte kind of levitated for about 2 seconds, froze up like he saw a ghost, hit the ground lifeless. Can he come back? Can he come back? Look, bro. Look, let's talk about it. Can he come back? Yes. Because he said, I honestly thought Whyte was going to win, but that slip uppercut was executed beautifully. Bro, matter of fact, I might still, you know what? Let me see. Y'all want to see something? Hold up. Wait. Here we go. Hold on. Let me show you. Here we go. Hold up. I'm going to show you guys exactly what it was. Here we go. I'm going to show you exactly what he hit him with, bro. Check this out. Hold up. Hold up. Wait. From the people who be thinking we saw, we don't. All right, let me see. Oh, yeah. Hold up. Oh, I gotta move it up. Let me do this. Let's do this. Is that it? Here we go. All right, guys. This is it right here. Look, guys. Povetkin is the real life Ken from Street Fighter. Look at him. Povetkin is the real life Ken from Street Fighter. Look at the hair. Look at the body. Matter of fact, let's get into it. If you guys did not know what Povetkin hit Dillian Whyte with, let's watch it. Look at this, bro. Look at that. Look, bro. Y'all think I'm playing, man. Look at that. Y'all think I'm playing. Here we go. Here we go. Hold up. It's happening so quick. Hold on, guys. Look at it. Here we go. Look at this, man. Look at that. I bet you right now, any kind of money, Dillian Whyte is not going to ever play Street Fighter again. Ever. He's not going to ever play. At least he ain't going to fight Ken no more. See, a lot of people thought Ken was from the USA. Nah, that motherfucker, he was from Russia. And his real name was Povetkin. Look at this, man. Hey, and that's how Dillian Whyte look, guys. I'm not lying. Matter of fact, y'all think I'm lying. I ain't lying. I'm telling the truth. Y'all the one that ain't telling the truth. I'm gonna tell you. Let me see. Let's try this. Look at it, guys. Exhibit A. The guy in the purple is Povetkin, right? The guy in the white is Dillian Whyte. He slipped his shot, hit him with a left uppercut. This is a left uppercut, guys. And I'm not gonna lie. When he hit him, he went up. And that's how he stayed, guys. Listen, man. I ain't gonna say it no more. I ain't gonna say it no more. I ain't gonna say it no more. I dare. Listen, I done said it. I done said it, man. But, this is how we gonna do this, man. Dillian Whyte can come back and he can beat Povetkin. I think that he's gonna be more cautious. Listen, I'm not saying he's gonna beat Povetkin. Because to be honest, I think after what Povetkin did, it's going to make Dillian Whyte more scared. He's going to be more hesitant. He's going to be way more flitchy. Because when a man knocks you out, you know that this man has the power to knock you out. Which means that anytime he throw a punch, you are very wary on letting that punch land. Now, when we go back to Errol Spence Jr., Errol Spence Jr. after the car crash, remember, just like my boy Don Dada. Here we go. Here we go. Let me put it back on the eye. Let's cook. Let's cook. Errol Spence Jr. had a car crash. There's been enough time has went by. A lot of time has went by to where he done got over that, and he's coming back to a sport that doesn't have anything to do with racing cars. And he's competing in boxing, and it doesn't have anything to do with racing cars or getting back into that traumatic incident of facing it again. But on the other hand, Dillian Whyte is getting back into the same situation he was just in. Dillian Whyte is the one that's not taking time off. Dillian Whyte is the one that has the rematch, and he's trying to have that fight right back in December when he just got knocked out in September. Dillian Whyte is going to face this man all over again. This guy's the one that's facing his terror again. He is the one that's not going to know how to react. He is the one that's going to get the flashbacks of getting hit again. Anytime he sees Povetkin ducking, he's going to be flinching. He is that guy. He is the one that has more risk and worry mentally than Errol Spence Jr. But I don't know who T is, but if T want to call in, 2 minutes, T, you can call in right now. If you don't call in 2 minutes, I am going. But you know what? For the last 2 minutes, here's what we're going to do, guys. I got to play my boy. If you guys didn't see my intro, I made sure this intro featured the Black Panther. The one to show my in loving memory of, Chadwick. But let's do this. Let me see if I can find it. Here we go. Wakanda forever! Alright guys, what I'm gonna do, I hope you guys
I have seen
Can you hear
gods
this?
fly.
Snaps. Sorry about that, guys. Sorry. You guys might have heard that. I hope you didn't. But I think we lost a good one, man. Outside of Chadwick doing an amazing job being an actor, for this man to be battling an illness that kills people yearly. I mean, is cancer number one? I don't know. I think it is. I think it's maybe cancer might be the number one killer. I don't know. But this man was battling this disease for the last 4 or 5 years. Getting treatments and all this stuff while doing this. While he's shooting the Avengers. While he's shooting the Black Panther. While he's shooting the Winter Soldier. In all of these movies. And he never once brought it up for sympathy. Never once use it as an excuse or a reason to get things. Like Mano Solo said, he was a true warrior. Like my boy American Pastor Travis said, smash that like button. Listen, man. It's your boy T-Dub. I'm back at it. Like a crack at it. Giving you boxing geekers this work. So smash the like button. Listen, if you don't know by now, man, I make it do what it do. Better yet, what it does. Till next time. Till the next live. It's your boy T-Dub. And I'm out. Take care, family. Shout out to all the members in the family. Every last one. Expert Genius. Street Valet. Who else? There's a couple more. Come into the chat. I got you. If I miss you, I apologize. But next time, you know it.